I don't know what to say, really. 3 minutes to the biggest battle of our professional lives. All comes down to today. Either we heal as a team, or we're going to crumble. Inch by inch, play by play, till we're finished. We're in hell right now, gentlemen. Believe me. And we can stay here, get the shit out of us, or we can fight our way back into the light. We can climb out of hell. 1 inch at a time. Now, I can't do it for you. I'm too old. I look around, I see these young faces, and I think, I made every wrong choice a middle-aged man can make. I pissed away all my money, believe it or not. I chased off anyone who's ever loved me. And lately, I can't even stand the face I see in the mirror. You know, when you get old in life, things get taken from you. That's part of life. But you only learn that when you start losing stuff. You find out life's this game of inches. So is football. Because in either game, life or football, the margin for error is so small. 1/2 a step too late or too early, and you don't quite make it. 1/2 second too slow, too fast, you don't quite catch it. The inches we need are everywhere around us. Hell yeah. They're in every break of the game, every minute, every second. On this team, we fight for that inch. On this team, we tear ourselves and everyone else around us to pieces for that inch. We claw with our fingernails for that inch. Because we know when we add up all those inches, that's going to make the difference between winning and losing. Between living and dying. I'll tell you this, in any fight, it's the guy who's willing to die who's going to win that inch. And I know if I'm going to have any life anymore, it's because I'm still willing to fight and die for that inch. Because that's what living is. There's 6 inches in front of your face. Now, I can't make you do it. You got to look at the guy next to you. Look into his eyes. Now, I think you're going to see a guy who will go that inch with you. You're going to see a guy who will sacrifice himself for this team because he knows when it comes down to it, you're going to do the same for him. That's the team, gentlemen. And either we heal now as a team, or we will die as individuals. That's football, guys. That's all it is. Now, what are you gonna do?
Ain't worried about it, they slip. Confidential when I'm dealing with Sneak. I lost my dog. Diamond title with a pick of his face. Man, it's Spain, circle back to the bay. Hit a late in the hill with the grade. I say,
what's going on, America? It's another exciting venture in the Father plus Son plus Football podcast. And you're in for a treat. We brought him back. Last year we had this guest on last year, and he lit the broadcast up. People were talking about that broadcast for weeks. Just saying. We're going to talk about more of it because some things have changed, America. Some things have changed in high school football in just 1 year. And we're going to talk about it with our guest today. What's up, son? How you doing?
Struggling a little bit. Tough loss on Friday, but get back into the lab, keep working, keep doing what I do.
We gonna get it. It was a, you know what? You know how I know it was a tough loss? Wow, are you slurping a drink on a live broadcast? Are you out of your mind?
It didn't show no label.
What?
I covered it with my hand.
Well, I understand you not wanting, give credit to, a company that's not paying us. We're not doing that. But you were slurping. What is wrong with you? You don't do that on a live broadcast.
My bad.
In our football program, when you say my bad, that's an automatic 3 laps. We're getting rid of that phrase out of it's like that's the phrase for every kid who doesn't want to really take accountability for something they've just done wrong. So they'll say, my bad. Yeah, we know it's your bad. That's why we're addressing you. 3 laps. 3 laps. The captains came up with that. Those of you want to support the son, there it is. Cash Apping, Bitter Cup Media. And I'll double it. I'll double it. Now don't go above $100 because I don't like give him $1,000 and then I got to figure out what bill I'm gonna pay in order to match it. Don't just give him like $20. Just give him $20 or something. America, don't go overboard with it. Our special guest today is going to be none other. I've been looking forward to this one because I like guests who have a take and the take don't suck. I like guests that just gonna say it the way it's got to be said, and you just got to deal with it. I like guests like that. And this is what this brother brings to it's gonna be explosive. I'm telling you, it's going to be explosive. Castlemont High School, head coach Ed Washington.
Yes, sir.
Ooh, he had private school folks in their feelings the last time. Remember that? Season 2?
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
I think history is on his side. But we'll get to there later. Next up.
Preparing for James Logan High School.
Yep, preparing. Next up.
Varsity game film highlights, week 6 versus James Logan High School.
Varsity game highlights. Can't wait to get to that. All right.
Yep. Oakland Unified School District. Are public schools ready to be private school options?
Did you read that right?
Yes.
No, you didn't.
Are public schools ready to be private school options?
That's what you're supposed to say. That's not what you said. When you roll the
what I said,
you listen to this broadcast, you were like, I can't even believe I said that.
I definitely said that.
The second time, you say it the first time. Then again, I'm an older man now. My ears, and I get it because when I was a young man, older men would hear stuff, and I'm like, you guys just making it up because we didn't say that. I know how sensitive that is. So now as an older man, before I get upset at something I heard, I'll ask, what did y'all say? Before I allow myself to get all emotional about what I believe I heard, let me just poll the room real quick. What did you just say? And then they'll say what they say. I said, oh, okay, because I could have swore I heard you say something else. I'm just saying.
Yep.
I'm very sensitive. All right, go ahead. Next up.
CIF Oakland section, first annual OAL football classic, October 11th.
This Saturday.
Yep.
Have you heard about this?
I haven't. It's the first time I'm hearing of it.
Oh my God. I saw the flyer, I think, Friday before the game. I was like, oh, I'm surprised this has never happened before. I think this is a step in the right direction. We're going to get into it. Since we got a OAL, or as I call it, CIF Oakland section, as it's legally called. People from Oakland will never call it CIF Oakland section. They are always going to say OAL.
Yep.
But this first annual OAL football classic this Saturday, yeah, we got to talk about it. This is going to be like This is going to be like a high school reunion of all high school reunions for football. If they do it right, it should be a pretty dope event. We'll find out. Next up.
Top 3 questions from me.
Yeah, you the coach head. You got 3 good ones. You know I'm a
I
judge.
have 3 good ones.
You know
I know.
You can't.
I've been doing good. I
want some fuck. When I hear I don't know what questions you're gonna ask. America. I don't tell the boy what to say. But I am definitely gonna judge everything he says. I cannot wait to hear his questions. Because I'm gonna let him know. Oh, that's a good one. And then I'll be like, if it ain't a good one, I'm gonna be like, hey man, I'm gonna need you to step your question game up. You gotta step your question game up. All right. Then we're gonna get into
HBCU and the West Coast dilemma.
You know, it's funny. You and I just got back this morning from Portland, Oregon, right?
Yes, sir.
We went to the Pacific University versus Wentworth University football game. You were there on unofficial visit as one of their recruits. We say unofficial visit because it wasn't the visit that counts towards your official visits. You get five visits. This one was on our dime. An official visit is on their dime. Yep. We want to take some Saturdays during the season to go check out some of these teams who have offered you to play football at the next level. Right. And we're honoring these legitimate offers to play, knowing that in December we will make a decision based upon official offers, correct? Right. And, you know, while we were there, learned a lot about the university. I mean, Pacific University, not the University of Pacific, not UOP, which is in California, Stockton, but in Portland, Oregon, there's a Division III school there called Pacific University. And while there, I got to meet a father of another recruit, and he has taken his son on several HBCUs, and I was interested in his take. And he and I had very similar takes, independent of one another, just met each other, and very similar takes on HBCUs as it relates to the West Coast student athlete. So we'll get there. And then we have finally
JV player shout outs.
Not finally. This is finally.
No. Peach Sacred Iron Classic.
And then close the show out. Right? All right, so this is season 3, episode 9. Real soon, we're going to have Coach Ed jump in on here, and we see him in the green room. He's ready to go. We're going to jump him on here because we know that's who y'all want to hear it from anyway. In a show like this, they really want to hear from the fiery coach who, 10 toes down on what he's doing for his kid. And let me tell you this. You don't want a coach who ain't 10 toes down. You don't want a coach who's not 10 toes down. You got a coach who's, he just soft pedaling his feet for your child. You picked wrong. You picked wrong. You picked wrong. You got to have a coach that cares about your kid and is willing to do everything possible for your kid to be great. And that's what's up. So real quick, before we get into anything else, Seth, tell me, we went to Portland. What was it like?
It was good. Every time I go to Portland, it's always a good feeling to it. At first it was a little gloomy, but then the day brightened up. Had our little playlist. We played Earth, Wind, and Fire, Pastor Mike, Kirk Franklin. We had some good songs. The whole trip was pretty fun. We got to get something to eat. The campus tour. Sorry, that was pretty well. I found out their mascot Boxer. It's like a dragon mixed with multiple other mythical creatures. But yeah, despite the loss, I thought
I was confused. I'm like,
yeah.
The name of the school is the Boxers. But I didn't understand their logo at all because their logo is of a dragon. And then while on the tour, there's this big, like, metal statue of the boxer which is Eastern Asian mythical creature named Boxer, I guess. Yeah, it's kind of cool. What I found funny is that they had right where so imagine a dragon sitting like a dog, a male dog, and right where the genitalia would be for a male dog at Pacific University, they had under the mascot a water faucet with two knobs on one side and the long faucet where the water comes out. And I was like, this is crazy. This is funny. I thought it was funny. What did you think about the different dorm styles there?
I thought it was interesting. They have one's just for freshmen, one's just for seniors. Then there's a little mixture between the two. And then I also found out that you have to have like a certain GPA requirement to live in one of the well, if you're a junior or senior, you have to have a certain GPA to live in one of the, I would say, better dorms. They looked a lot nicer. And if a senior is willing to host you in, take you in their home, you can live with them. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff that happened. Talk about the football game. What do you think about the football game? Now, let me ask it this way. When you saw Pacific University run onto the field, because Whitworth was already on the field. They were already in the pregame. When you saw Pacific University run onto the field, what were your initial thoughts as they were coming on there with the red, the black, the white? What were your initial thoughts?
I mean, I was just hoping for a really good game, you know. I feel like that's what a lot of recruits and parents, athletes, all that. I feel like that's what they want to see, you know, a good game. I would say it was a good game up to the first half. Second half, things started getting a little wonky. But you know, they still fought to the last whistle. So, you know, props to them.
You know, you took a lot of photos, and I posted some of those photos on social media. Immediately, I got a message from the Qs. Immediately. I don't know if Coach Ed has seen the photos yet.
I don't know.
I'm sure if Coach Ed sees the photos,
he's probably going to congratulate me.
And you know what's funny? I'm sitting there because I know the context of the photo. But if you're not there and you don't know the context of the photo, you're like, what? What? So I got a text message like, I'm going to get him when I see him. I'm like, I'm thinking, what? And then it dawns on me from a Pan-Hellenic mindset. I said, yeah, he's going to get it for that. He's going to take some licks for that. When you go
I didn't know that.
When you go to player school, if you decide to pledge, because that's the only way you're going in.
Yeah.
If I find out that you try to get into a fraternity by just paying some money, doing some community service hours, just sign it up, no love. I'm going to slam you on the concrete as soon as I see you if you do that. That's not going to happen. You're going to have to pledge. You got to go through something. You got to go through some blood, sweat, and tears. My butt feels like leather, but I got my stuff together. I'm just saying. But you're going to have to scrub those photos. You're going to have to take those photos off of social media. You're going to be like, Dad, I need you to take those pictures down before I go through, because I'm just telling you what you got to do. I ain't going to say it again, so you better remember. Or you're going to be somewhere in the middle of a process, and they're going to be like, hey, who's Seth Evans? You're going to pull up Seth Evans. They're like, hey, what's up with this photo right here? And you're going to drop your head like, oh, I'm in trouble.
No.
But for those that are listening, explain what the photo is. Explain what the photo what's actually taking place.
Okay, so 25% of Pacific University's population is Hawaiian. So I don't know, I forget exactly what they say, but they like, this is, all right, let me not do that. But that's how.
I was sitting here saying, I know he's not going to do it on the broadcast. I just know he's not going to do it on the broadcast.
That's how, like, that's like their motto. That's their hand sign. That's what they do.
Yeah, it's the Ohana.
Yeah.
What did the heck? The coach said it's not tight. So tight would be.
You can't do it either.
I didn't do it. My hand's like this.
I saw the thumb go up. He said you have to have it relaxed. You can't have it like stiff and firm.
So I guess that'll be your excuse. No, the relaxed version of that is to the natives from Hawaii, Hawaiian culture. But if it's tight, then yeah. And if you're white, it just means hang loose. That's how it always clown the alphas. Not to be mad at the alpha. You do know that when you play Bishop O'Dowd, you're playing an alpha son, Ambrose Carroll.
Yeah.
Baptize him into concrete. That's a different broadcast. I'm gonna be looking for Ambrose too. And you know, it's funny. I think you both wear the same number. I think Ambrose may be number 18 for Bishop O'Dowd.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get into it. Again, if you want to support the young man, you can support him on Cash App, Bitter Cup Media. Why is it in his? Because he's not old enough to have his own Cash App account. So he runs that account. When that account goes there, he lets me know what's there, and then I can, break him off. Break him off something proper. Hey, do you have any affection for Ice Cube? What do you know about Ice Cube? You listen to Ice Cube from NWA? I know that's way before your time. I know.
Yeah, I have an NWA playlist, but I haven't listened to it in some time.
You know that he just did a concert, I believe. I think it was in Oakland. And he brought Eazy-E's son, Little Easy, on the stage, and Little Easy performed with Ice Cube, Boys in the Hood. Little Eazy-E's son comes on the stage with Ice Cube to do the song because the boys in the hood is always hard. I thought it was pretty good. But at the back of my mind, I'm like, you ain't your dad. You ain't your dad. You know, you're not your dad.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. Let's bring our special guest on.
Yes, sir.
This brother is we always look forward to having him on the broadcast because he does dope things. And if your son is ever been under the sound of his voice, your son is going to be better for it. Let me introduce to the stage my brother, fellow coach, colleague, Coach Ed Washington. What's up, Coach?
Ed. What's happening? What's up, y'all?
Hey. Brother, glad to have you on, man. Glad you was able to take the time to be on. I know you've been, going through a few things. We've been standing in prayer with you over. But you said you ready to go, and sometimes you got to just do what you're doing in order to continue what you got to deal with. How you doing, brother?
Man, I'm good. Allergy attack, no, but I'm good, man. I really appreciate the prayers and the energy for my baby son, man. That's been a hard process, but I feel the energy definitely. So, just getting through that situation and seeing what life gonna look like moving forward with him, and things like that. But outside of that, man, I'm doing pretty good. I'm excited for the season. Not the season, but the conference to start. So yeah, man, I'm good.
So you guys got OAL play starts up this Saturday, right?
Yeah. At Laney.
We're gonna get to that in a quick minute. Let's run through this stuff real quick that Seth went through. We wanted to have you join in real quick. So let's go to preparing for James Logan. Seth, this week something was done a little different. And Coach Ed, I want to hear you on this because sometimes you got to make these decisions. Seth, in preparing for James Logan this week, you found out late Sunday night last week that the coaches were asking you as a senior to make a position change. Talk about
it. So they asked me to change from strong safety, in the box safety to free safety, so I could see everything like an eagle's nest up top. Pretty much, I could see the whole field, and I would say that definitely played a crucial role. Covered sacks is what we call it. There were no deep balls thrown, and I think one time they tried to throw it, it was broken up. So I think that's the first time we've done that this season.
And you got to pick. And
I got an interception. That is right.
Talk about that interception.
I had hooked the curl. I'm not gonna say what coverage we're in. took the curl, walking down, creeping down. See the QB. He's looking at number 3, the third receiver. The third receiver runs it out. I come down, and he tries to throw it, and then he did, and then I just picked it off, dove for it, caught it. I fell on the ground, but that was a pretty good snack.
Tell me your thoughts going into James Logan. Now, I mean, for context, not excuses, but for context. Last week you guys went up against Berkeley High.
Yeah.
And Berkeley has 5,000 students. No, Berkeley has 3,000.
3,000.
Yeah.
This week you guys go up against James Logan. James Logan has 4,000 solid. They are noted to have 1,000 students per class, and that's why they have to have pretty much a principal for each class size and then a main principal over everything. School you go to started the year off with 875 students, I think, and it's kind of lost some of those students since then. Yeah. Have you ever questioned why a school of your size is playing schools that are 3-4 times the size on a weekly basis?
I definitely have prior years, maybe like freshman, sophomore year, but junior, senior year, I haven't really been thinking about that. Just, okay, if they're here, they're here. If I go to them, I go to them. We just got to play. Do our job.
Good attitude. Good attitude to have. Let's do this real quick. Let's get into some of this. Let's get into some of this varsity film. Let me share real quick. Get over there because we got to do this the old-fashioned way today. There we go. All right. What play are we going to?
All right, let me get this queued up for you. Play 16.
Play 16. Let me do this. Let me broaden that out. Okay.
Yeah, there's like multiple different camera angles for.
Oh, this is the they put the intercut version in here.
Yeah.
So we may do a couple because this is going to get kind of weird.
Yeah.
I guess I can't click it too fast because it's not accepting my quick clicks. I should have been there. We've already seen the play by now.
There's like 4 to 5 different angles.
Okay. There we go. So what are we looking at here? All right, let's back up.
That's 15.
What's the play? Oh, play 16.
16.
There we go.
Okay, so 4th down, they got 3 yards to get into the end zone.
Oh, you
slow read.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
Me and my little cousin Chris just fell that hole.
Yep, he stopped his feet. He didn't really want this because he was running high. Yeah. You got to feel that hole on him. I like the fact that when he's getting closer to the end zone, you're not in far deep into the end zone. I hate seeing DBs like 10 yards, 8 yards into the end zone. I'm like, he just got to cross the line, the scrimmage, the line of the end zone. He ain't got to go all the way to you.
Seth, what was y'all in? What coverage was y'all in?
We were in cover 4. We were in cover 4 now.
In the goal line?
Yeah,
bro.
Okay,
bro. I don't think it was the DC's call, but yeah, cover 4 at the goal line.
I'm not knocking nobody. I'm just
no. You just asking questions. Me too. But now I will say this about cover 4 at the goal line as it relates to Seth. It puts him basically at linebacker, which is
right.
A good.
No, I got you. I mean, I get the concept now. I just asked. But Dion, when I say something, people get very sensitive. And when
if they say you lying, I'll listen to them. But until you lie about something,
that was a good feel.
So don't worry about it.
That was a good feel.
What's the next
20? 20. 2-0.
Oh wait, we got to hold on. Let's look at it from here. This is hold on real quick. I want to. Oh, it's too late. They didn't film it good. All right, let's go to play.
I noticed that during my hurdle too. Speaking of which, I got another hurdle this week, guys. Back-to-back weeks.
Here we go. Oh, you're on offense here. Oh, you guys are on the 1 yard.
Yep. Get the
I didn't even
as
see
many yards as possible.
You're on the 1 yard line. Oh, you're at the fullback position.
Yes.
Oh, I see it now. There he goes. Yeah, you just got to get out. You got to get out of the get you out of the shadow of your own end zone.
Yeah. Previous play to this, I saved this from getting safety.
That's an 11-yard. That's about a 10, 11-yard. Yeah, nice.
It's a good run.
Yeah. All right, next play.
34. Bum, bum, bum.
Oh, I get what's going on. The play is changing, but the number that the play isn't changing because there's so many visions of it. So many versions. All right, here's play 34.
All right, now this one, they walk me down. I read it, go outside.
Oh, that was a better field than the first one. That's right on his belt line. Nice. Oh, that's good. I like that one.
Tip him over.
Shed a guy. Come off the edge. Get in the gap. Nice. I like that.
One more time, Dion, real quick.
Yep.
Good hands. Yeah. That's a good play. That's highlight tape worthy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely going to go on your highlight tapes.
Absolutely.
That was good. That was good. All right, next number.
46.
Oh, here's another version of it. Let's look at it a little wider. Shed, feel. Oh, nice. Nice. Way to use the shoulder pads to line him up, tighten him up. Ooh, here's a close shot. Oh, that's good. That's good. He's hungry. Yeah, that's just winning.
That's a good job.
That's winning.
I think we have a end
all right.
zone.
Where what's the next play?
46.
46. Let's get to 46. All right, here we go. 46.
This is a punt.
So you're the
now,
kicker.
I haven't shown
punting.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Oh, he had a fair catch that at the 5.
Yeah.
All right.
Make sure this is at the end of your highlight tape.
Absolutely. Like I said, I usually don't put punts in here, but I just decided to put one in here for one time.
No, athletic. That's smart. But what I'm saying is, like I said, bro, my contribution and help to the situation. You're an athlete. You get what I'm saying? But an athlete who wants to get his nose dirty in the box. You get what I'm saying? Right. That's a good thing, bro. So again, we'll talk about that later. But yeah, just
that's a 45-yard punt.
Yeah, that's good, man.
With no hitting the ground. You kicked that from the 50. He caught it on the 5.
You know what, Dion? One thing I noticed in Bay Area football that I'm gonna take, I'm probably talking too much right now, but
no, you're great.
I don't know if us high school coaches take special teams as serious as we should be. Because if you look at this punt, look at the rush from Logan, and I'm guilty of this too with Castlemont, but look at the rush.
Yeah,
nobody's taking that serious right now.
You know what's crazy? It's not even really a rush, and because it's not really a rush, there's no way they can return it.
Right?
They're not gonna have enough blockers to return it. Either you rush or you return it.
Yeah,
but you can't do what they're doing.
Yeah, and again
later because they're gonna take this type of lackadaisical effort coming back from the third quarter, and AJ Jackson is going to take it 85 yards to the house on a kickoff.
And that's I promise you, that's a Bay Area thing. I've been noticing. I'm like, damn, we don't really. It's not it's special teams. It's not that. You know what I mean? And that's one element of my coaching that I want to improve. I'm gonna really go and get better at that with special teams. I want to improve at special teams.
Yeah, you need at least one coach who's willing to coach kicks, and not only to get the kicking part off, but You know, you can win a game with a kick, or you can lose it.
Man.
Hey, last year we've had that.
Yeah.
Had that.
Next number.
59.
59. Let's get there.
Oof.
All right, here we go. 59.
Now this one I would say it's just a hard routine run.
Run away
From
from
the outside, try to go inside, keep going, keep driving.
Wide receiver out there. Oh, that's his initial block was good, but he let him go.
Ajax.
He let him go.
Can't find him.
But I like the effort though. Who is that out there?
That's Ajax.
Oh, that's Ajax with the block. Oh, he's trying to dog him. All right, Ajax. And he was about 2 yards from getting in there.
Yeah.
You do later on you score on the next one, right? Like next play.
Next play.
Okay. Good. That's good. Ran away from a guy, pushed off a guy, and then dragged 3 guys, all within 10 yards.
That's a good run.
Yeah. All right, what's the next play? Oh, wait, let's see it up close. This is the tight. Yep. Nice.
And then you can see what I see if you go. I think there's one more view of it, the back end.
There you go. This side.
You know what I noticed about you, Seth? And this is an interesting factor. I was talking to a parent about this literally yesterday. The difference with you and another athlete is the work you put in the weight room and the extra work. Do you get what I'm saying? You can literally tell there's a separation in strength with you versus everybody else. And I'm not saying this because I'm honest. I'm very
right.
Coach Ed from your summer with the Castle. Let's not forget that. All right. But
never will. Your first, let's just get it out. Seth Evans' first high school football experience was training and preparing to play for Castlemont and Coach Ed.
Yep.
Straight up.
So,
you want me to go a step further? Do you really want me to go a step further?
Go a step further.
My wife, your mother prayed for you to be able to go into private school. She didn't know nothing about the Castlemont situation at the time. And, eventually we went with the private school. I'm going to say something that probably is going to shock a lot of people. I think it was a mistake.
Oh, come on, Dion. Don't say that. It was
I think on one level, it was the right thing to do.
Right.
Because if you pray for something and your prayer gets answered, that's the right thing to do. But when I look at the overall of it, because I know a lot of things behind the scenes that I'm not prepared to speak about until he graduates.
No, I understand. I get it.
I don't think, brother, I will honestly admit, I believe it was a mistake.
I think it was good just because of who I know and where, the noops, because Seth gonna be a Kappa when he get to college, man. Just letting you know, man, what it is. He gonna be a Kappa.
You gonna get homicide.
the noops is up there, so that's always
on order special victims unit. But if that happens, all you go hear. If I see that he's a Kappa, the first thing that's gonna happen in my head is that ding dong from Law and Order. They're gonna need Ice Cube to come up and say, "Yeah, they got him."
And I'm telling you, it's already in stone, man. I didn't make, it's already in stone,
brother. No, I'm gonna respect whatever decision he makes, but you best believe, you best believe he better come back to Q, or he gonna have to go through the pledging process twice.
Hey, no, but seriously though, man, I get it. I understand. It's just like I said, I think Seth is a dude, and just in high school in general, from where it's at right now, the extra work, and again, y'all know how I treated Elijah. It wasn't no handouts, nothing.
Right.
The extra work that's done is what propels you to being a successful dude on the football field. I'm talking about doing the stuff that you don't want to do. And Seth did that. Name me how many, you tell me how many kids are powerlifting that play football.
I don't even know how many kids even have a coach in their atmosphere who can teach them to properly power lift.
And that's my point. So
rather be cleans, properly doing back squats versus front squats.
Come on, man.
Deadlifts.
And again, Seth, don't get your Jerry curl too big. You still, we online, so you know what I call you. You little black spot. All right. But in general, that dude and kids that do, and whoever's listening to this, the stuff that's uncomfortable that you don't want to do, if you do that, you will be successful and get to where you're trying to get to at the next level. Because you're an easy sell because it's showing on film.
6, 8, 40 minutes really benefit.
Yeah, you popping out, dog. You really popping out. I'm being honest with you.
All right, what's the next number, Seth?
The following play.
60?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, touchdown. So you got down there, the coach rewards you. I like the fact that he did that, rewards you.
Boom.
That was too easy.
Boom.
Walking.
Good job. Good job.
Here's what I like about this. Here's what I like about this play. There's nobody in the stadium or on the field that doesn't know where this play is going to. Everybody knows where this play is going to. There's not a coach. If I see a running back on the left side of the quarterback, I know it's going to be some type of inside zone to the right. Everybody knows what this play is going to be. Yet and still.
Yeah.
Yet and still, it's blocked. Got to, get some lunch. And they're in the blitz. I didn't even recognize that. Look at that, Coach Ed. They're in the gaps. They know it too. They're walking into the gaps. They're walking into the gaps. Yet, and one beats a guy, you cut him off and still beat to the inside, stand up in the end zone.
Hey, that's all props to my line.
Yeah.
They I definitely say they did their thing this week.
You're gonna owe them that Safeway chicken this week.
Yeah, that's look, man. You get them some chicken strips or something, dog.
Yeah.
What's the next play?
Next play, 66.
Okay.
This is my interception. Yep.
Here you go. Oh, I see you creeping. He tries to throw. Oh, that's good. Oh, if you go ahead, Coach Ed.
That's a good job. Dion, Seth, let me ask you a question. I want you to be honest. Don't lie to me.
Yeah.
Was your eyes on the quarterback the whole time?
For the most part. So yes and no.
Okay.
At
good.
first, yes, my eyes were on the quarterback, but then I went like a little split screen. I looked at the right, or I should say their left tackle, see what they're doing.
Right.
Smart. I see number 3 go out. So I still have the peripheral vision. So I see the QB. Even though I'm looking at the tackle, and then I see the number 3. So I just come down. I see the QB start going like this. I just come down.
Okay. That's good eyes, man. If you watch football and you see mainly why the people in the secondary are getting beat is because their eyes stay on the quarterback. And that typically, once you staying on the quarterback, the receiver is steady moving. You get what I'm saying? So It puts you in bad predicament. So you said what I needed to hear, and that was peripheral vision. You got to have that as a safety. If you get locked in on not reading your keys, you're typically going to always get beat. So that was a good answer, bro. Real talk.
Good stuff. All right, next clip.
2 plays later, 68.
All right, here we go. So wait, this happened right after. So you pick the ball off. You give the ball back to the team.
The first opening drive. Yeah.
This is the first play after your interception.
Yep.
So you went from making a play on defense to now offense.
Yeah.
Crazy. Watch this, Coach Ed.
Wow. Yeah, that's athletic, man. You athletic, bro. I'm telling you. 4-2. That looked like a safety. Let's see. Boom. Can I show you where they messed up at? Rewind it real quick.
I got you.
I want to show y'all something. You
Right.
see the third receiver from Moreau and this dude guarding him.
Yeah.
He was supposed to read this tackle. If he reads the tackle, he knows that it's run and he's shuffling down to meet you right there.
Right here.
Because I don't know what the hell he's looking at, but he's looking at the receiver and he's not reading his keys. That's why he got blocked, and that made this play happen. Literally. Boom.
Yep.
Boom. It's no outside contain. Bam. All you do, get to the outside. I'm gone. Peace. See you later. That's athletic, bro. Good job.
Thank you.
That's good.
Second hurdle of the season.
Yeah, I seen the first one against Berkeley, man. That's dope.
Yes, sir. All right. Now the next play.
All right, next play.
103. So you got to do some clicking.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this. No, I guess I can't do that. 103. Let's just get there. Coach Ed, talk a little bit more about defense while I go to 103.
Yeah, man. It's all about, like I told y'all in the last thing, man. With us, and I can speak from experience, you have to be a teacher to teach this. And if people taught their athletes, and I'm not talking about nobody like Moreau Catholic in general, or I'm not talking about nobody in general. So all you people watching this, please don't write me a long message talking about I'm just speaking in general. You have to be able to teach technique and reading keys and teach like the elements of football in terms of what you're running, because once they know what they're doing, they play faster. Now, we not there yet, Castlemont, because we young, but they're learning what it means to be a strong safety. What am I looking at? Where are my keys? What the hell does keys even mean?
Right.
We literally have to teach dudes who was snatching flags 2 years ago how to play football and what that really means. So I think if people made some time, and I get it, we all got life happening and stuff like that, but if we made some time to really, really teach, I think, you'll see a better product on the field. Seriously. You can squeeze some lemon out of some lemons, man, some juice out of some lemons, for real.
All right, play 103. Let's look at it.
What is this play?
Oh, that's coming up from the free safety spot. I would love to see you come up a little earlier, but I did tell you this week, because you have a tendency to want to be more aggressive than you should, and at free safety, you got to be more tempered. Let
me ask you a question. What were you looking at? And don't lie to me. Tell me, when you took your 3-step read, where were your eyes at? What were you looking at?
I'll be honest. I was looking in the backfield.
That's I can tell. And that's terrible. I would have, Coach Lee, he got caps. We do a roasting session, HBCU style, for about 30 minutes. We would have called you some kind of cartoon character or something, because you definitely are looking in the backfield. Because you got to read that high hat, low hat right away. That's going to tell the big girls is going to tell you the truth. The pretty girls going to always lie to you. Trust me on that. So, Coach Lee do a good job of teaching that. But read your keys, brother. I know Big Greg teaching that. I already know it is, but you got to read your keys, man. Keep your eyes on that damn backfield. And get a little lower in your stance. You too high. Get a little.
Well, I'll tell you this. Another reason why I was definitely looking back in the backfield, because I know when they're in pistol, it's 9 times out of 10 is right.
So if you're missing my point, Seth. If you're looking in the backfield, if you know that 9 times out of 10 it's run, why in the hell are you looking in the backfield? That doesn't make any sense. You read your keys so you can know where the ball is going. So look, let's read the center guard. Center guard, boom, what are they doing? Bam, there's a counter. Now you go. Because you were looking in the backfield, you didn't see that until late. You got to look earlier, okay? Don't never tell a coach that because just say I messed up, okay?
Yep, I got it.
All right, go ahead. Sorry about that, Dion. Come on, man. Y'all got me.
Look. Brother, we watching highlights so that he can be educated, not for highlight's sake. Nah, this is good stuff. And here's the thing. you got to coach him right now in this time and space like you would coach, because that's what's going to help our listeners. This is going to help our families. This is going to help the other kids that are listening. Believe me, somebody's taking notes and somebody's saying, I ain't getting all of it, but I'm going to listen to it again and I'm going to get every note when I re-listen to this broadcast, when I rewatch it. So yeah, give them all the nuggets, brother. Let's watch it again. Because it made sense to me. You look at it in the backfield, you can't see this movement till late. So instead of it being made up here, it's being made down here.
Right.
It could have been earlier. It could have been even a better play, shall I say.
Yeah.
All right, what's next?
That is actually the last play I have.
All right, good. Good. Wonderful. Let's get back to the broadcast. So you made some plays. So you got about how many plays? You've been averaging on your weekly highlights. You've been averaging, like, you'll pick 10 plays, but maybe only 7 of them are really highlights.
Yeah.
And that's
I have 9. I have 9 on the list.
Yeah. So we'll go through it. We do the weekly highlight, and we'll see which are actually real highlights versus which is good plays.
Right.
The bar for your highlights is pretty high. So some things that are like your 2-yard touchdown run may only get in there because it's a touchdown run. Yeah. But under normal circumstances, that 2 yards ain't getting in there. It just won't. Yeah. All right, let's do this. Let's switch reels real quick. Oakland Unified School District, our special guest, Coach Ed Washington of Castlemont High School, known as the Knights. They're in East Oakland. Beloved brother. He has been, Ed, how long you been at Castlemont now?
11 years.
11 years?
Yeah, this is the 11th year.
Wow. I don't know why it feels like 20, but I'll take 11.
I've been out of high school for 20.
Okay.
This year, 2026, it'll be 20.
So let's get into this conversation, because I couldn't wait to have you on the broadcast for this particular topic. Oakland Unified School District, are public schools ready to be private school options? Hear me out for a second. Then because I know your argument from the past. Why are inner city kids doing elementary school, middle school, all in the public school systems? They develop into these wonderful elite athletes in the 7th, 8th grade. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, these private schools come and snatch them out, and the parents allow it. And I'm saying this is the last year of that. Let me tell you why. Now, you would know this more than anything because you've heard this excuse probably 1,000,000 times in your 11 years. And I'll start it this way. What is the number one reason when you're talking to a parent and it's why not Castlemont versus a private school? What is the number one reason parents give you for why they're going to put their kid in a private school?
They just say education.
Right.
And
now,
I
what is it about what are they saying when they say education?
When I ask them, okay, so listen, people, thousands of people who's watching this, I'm being very honest. I'm not making anything up.
Please.
I say, what is education? What does that word mean to you in reference of your choice selection of education? Brother Dion, Brother Seth, they cannot tell me.
Wow.
They have no explanation on what that means, because you can't say that little Joe would not get into Harvard from Castlemont. That doesn't exist. That's a lie. So if little Joe goes to Bishop O'Dowd or Castlemont or whatever, if he's destined to get to Harvard, he's going to get to Harvard because he has habits that was created in the home that was solid. Period. Now, the fact of the matter is, athletically, let's talk about athletics.
Yep.
Harvard is going to recruit from the inner city schools harder, more so than any. Well, I'm not going to say harder. Excuse me. Let me take that back. But
I would say they're going to, I never heard it like that, but I would say they're going to, it looks better for Ivy League schools.
Athletically. And let me tell you this, you don't have to take an SAT or ACT anymore.
Not since COVID.
So it's not on the school, it's on the habits of a child, the parent support, and who is handling your child at that school.
Yeah.
Period, point blank dot. I don't knock nobody for going nowhere. I got brothers. I got my brother Keith. I got my brother TG. You know, these are dudes that I genuinely love, doing great jobs at their respective private schools. And I know what they're doing. So I don't knock people for choosing there, but have a valid reason and be honest with yourself. Because don't tell me you're going to go to Bishop O'Dowd and get an automatic scholarship, because that doesn't exist if your son in the 8th grade was truant, not going to school on time, lazy, not putting in extra work. It's not going to happen. I'm a college-educated Black man, so I know what it takes, and I'm in education. I know what it takes to get to where he's trying to go. I've met people. I've learned. It's all on the support system of the house and the people at the school and the habits of your child. Period.
So let me ask this question, Coach. Would you say, of the thousands of conversations you have had with parents who have had to circle back, and number one, I appreciate any parent who circles back to a coach like Coach Ed and says, hey, Coach, we considered Castlemont. We've decided to go in this direction. I know what that feels like. I didn't like that conversation. I've been uncomfortable with that conversation, and there are pros and cons to that conversation, which is why it's easy for me to say I think it was a mistake, but the mistake wasn't the football. The mistake was some of the other things that we did not foresee. Having said, do you believe most parents, if they're choosing, let's stay off of Castlemont, because I don't want to cast Castlemont in a bad light.
No, I got you.
Let's say San Lorenzo.
Yeah, I got you.
Parent says San Lorenzo's football program isn't that good. And this private school that's kind of good, they want my son to play ball there. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to put him over there because as it relates to football, he would get, or any sport, basketball, baseball, I'm going to put my kid at this school for his education because that education plus the sport he plays gives him a better chance at getting a scholarship at a D1 institution.
That's false. That's a false narrative.
I know, but is that what parents say?
I've never, and I'm being real with you.
I want to hear it.
A parent can't tell me that because I will be able to break it down articulately in an articulate manner to where I will debunk that myth without downgrading whichever private school this parent is talking about. You get what I'm saying? I don't go off saying, don't go to this. All I'm telling you is if you're talking about the education and the athletic thing, then I can speak to that. Also, I can speak to something that these private schools don't have, and that's Black men on their campus, that's educators, who are successful, who is back to help these kids and mold them culturally, not just culturally, but just as young Black boys, Mexican boys, and poly boys. Yep. Period, point blank, dot. I don't think there's a private school that can mess with my school when it comes to that with the OK program. I got Black Greeks up there. I have the brother program. I got programs up there that's gonna help this brother when you tell him, especially for our single parents, when you tell him take out the trash and he's smacking his lips and he gonna take 20 minutes to do it, You got brothers that's gonna have a real conversation with him, whether it's young Mexican boys, black boys, polys, off the record on why that isn't cool, and don't do that stuff again. Period.
Now, I'm loving where you going, because I think I just ran down your street, and because we're on the same page, you didn't catch it.
Okay.
So let me back up a little bit.
Sorry, my bad.
No, you're on it. See, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because of the last time we had you on the broadcast. Right. You are consistent with your thoughts, which means a lot of thinking has gone into your thoughts because they haven't changed. You put some time in it, you have some experiences, and you have receipts, right? Sure. Parents who choose private school based on what you call the myth. Now, private schools have been getting away with that myth forever.
Yeah, right.
Private schools have benefited from that myth forever. But as we talk today, that myth has been busted. Somebody may ask, well, why do you say that? Now I'm going to ask you a question that's going to kind of tie it a little bit more together.
Okay.
What are the chances, Coach? Your son, listen up, your son was the last of his kind. My son is the first of his kind. Your son is the last of high school athletes who are going to get a shot going from high school straight to Division I. My son's class isn't going Division I right out of high school. Would you agree or disagree?
It's a 50-50. I know where you're going. It's 50-50 because some colleges still do recruit high school. Some do. But you have to work extra hard. Your coaches have to I'm telling you, man, I've been in these rooms with these cats. I ain't gonna throw people's name out there, and had real off the record conversations. It's all about relationships. And shout out to Coach Zoe, who gave everybody the game, but really gave me the game. You know, him and my mom, they went to school together, real West Oakland. So he really put me in certain rooms and to meet people and really have conversations with these dudes. If you don't have a relationship with if your coach, I don't give a damn where it is, Castlemont, Bellarmine, wherever. If your coach don't have a relationship with these cats, it's going to be, I'm not saying it can't happen, but it's going to be very, very, very hard to get a scholarship coming out of high school, just for your typical Joe and just your top dogs too. You got to have a relationship with these cats. And the other part to that is you have to pop out on film. If you're just doing the average, if you're just, I made a tackle or I did this, I hit somebody, I scored a touch. Everybody scores touchdowns. Yep. What the hell is separating you from this 32-year-old who been in college for 19 years, who, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I agree with you on one sense, but then the other sense is, because I've been to these coaches clinics, if you're not talking and chopping it up and, hey, dog, hey, man, mama. And the good thing is I'm just being honest, I'm in a Greek letter organization. I'm funny. You know what I'm saying? I'm Ed, wherever I go. People tend to come to my, we make acquaintance and friends with each other. So I've been able to meet different folks. You know what I'm saying? Not saying I'm Jesus or I'm not none of that, but I'm saying I'm really big on making sure that I hone in on these relationships, because a lot of these private school guys don't have those relationships with folks to be able to say, hey, dog, what's up, man? How you doing? Hey, look, man, I got this dude over here. And the biggest issue with, well, I ain't going to answer that right now. But anyways, it's all about relationships. So if
you talked about the private school coaches, a lot of them not having those relationships. Do you know why I believe they don't?
Why is that?
Because they've never had to have those relationships to get the kids. They're getting those kids based upon parents believing a myth.
Bingo. No, that's real talk.
So here's my thing. For the parents who believe the myth, I'm not going to put my kid in a public school, because I'm going to put my kid in a private school, because a private school will help my kid get into a D1 school. I'm saying if your son's desire is to play football D1, you're wasting money. Why would you pay money to go to a private school when the reality is, going forward, all kids, unless you are a household name, you're going JUCO or D3 or D2 out of the state.
Yeah.
Right. But if your kids are going to most likely in California, if there is some wisdom to a kid who's a star on the football field, but he doesn't have D1 grades, he's going JUCO.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So then why would you make a decision to pay money to put your kid in a private school if the reality of it is they're going JUCO anyway? It's the JUCO grades that are going to matter. So now what's going to happen? This is my conspiracy. And I ran this by Greg Morris, mutual brother of both of us. He said, I'm either prophetic or I don't have all the information yet. There's more information that needs to be had in order to make a declaration. I'm saying whatever high school, public high school, can create a private school feel, that high school is going to get all of the elite kids, because parents will have their kid at a top athletic program wrapped around great education. So that's why I asked the question. Are public schools ready to be private school options? A lot of parents who are putting their kids in private school is because they believe private school gets their kid a leg up on going Division I in the sport of their choice. And I'm saying that died after your son graduated. Let me ask you like this. While you're formulating that thought, let me ask this. You are a head coach. You are part of one of the greatest leagues. One of the smallest, but one of the greatest leagues. How many kids in the league have legitimate D1 offers? I'm not talking about just offers so they can put it on the Instagram or the Twitter. I'm talking about they've received documentation. They are already going D1. You know the process. Your son just did. You just walked your son through this process. How many athletes in this great league are currently walking in the same footsteps your son had last year?
I'll say the Scott brother at Oakland Tech. He has an official offer.
Okay.
The Scott brother, the D tackle at McClymonds has one. The corner at McClymonds has one. The DN at Oakland High has one, and that's it officially on paper. So it's four young brothers, and I think the DN I got, we just sent his stuff off. I'm praying that he gets one officially coming up here on Tuesday.
So let's give the DN his right now. 5. There's 6 schools. And of the 6 schools, all 6 schools have 2-tier programs. That's 2 teams. So you're talking about 10 teams, 5. You see how the math ain't kind of, the myth is getting busted as we speak. Your child is most likely, if the goal is Division I football, if that's the goal, forget the academics. If the goal is Division I football, your kid is going to have Division I grades and go to a JUCO or a D3 first. Now, if your child has got to go to a JUCO or a D3 first, do you make the decision to send him to a private school? No.
No, not at all.
Not at all. It doesn't make financial sense. The myth has been completely busted. So if it doesn't make financial sense, and now the myth becomes more clear, what public school is preparing themselves for these kids?
Exactly. And again, I can't speak on other schools. I think I'm gonna be honest. The schools that I like, I mean, I'm being so honest with you. Not just like, but I'm seeing that, they're doing a great job. I love what Manny is doing. Honestly, over there at Logan, Manny is doing a great job, man. He's a good coach.
Manual Pride.
Yeah, he's a good coach. He's great. He recruited the Bay when he was in coaching college. That dude is a solidified college football coach. I think he's doing a great job. Pooh always does a great job. That's what I was saying. And just in general, it's all about who knows who. So how much is your coach out there grinding, whether it's D2, whether it's D1 AA, whether it's NAIA, or let's even go a step further. If Seth comes to me, he's at Castlemont, says, Coach Ed, I want to be a damn firefighter. What have I been doing to get the kids who don't want to play football into where they want to go? What programs is set up at that school for young Black brothers to get into this fire academy? And so parents don't ask those questions. They just say, great education. They don't know what that means, Dion. They really don't.
That's shocking.
A lot of kids, a lot of these parents who say, great education, I needed my kid to go over here. He's at a JUCO sitting right next to my guy from Castlemont. He's his backup.
Yeah. You're right. I mean, look, I don't want people to think you said that as a joke, America. That's real. How many, if you don't believe me, go to your next JUCO game and look at who's starting versus who's the backup, and do your research. Who went to a public school? Who went to a private school? Now, I'm not here arguing that one is better than the other. I'm not arguing that.
No.
What I'm arguing is the pathway of a young man getting from one place to the other. That pathway is becoming a lot more cleaner, but you got to stop believing the myth.
Right, and that's it. That's it.
You gotta. It does it. And what I'm saying, what I'm rolling the dice on, is that parents are gonna wake up and say, "Why would I send my son to a private school to pay $30,000 a year when he can go? When in the end, after 4 years, I would have paid close to $100,000 for him to go to school, and he's going to be going to school with his friends that he separated from middle school who went to Skyline." And those Skyline kids are going to be in a better situation because of their public school situation. And I'm suggesting, here's what I'm suggesting. The high school like yourself, leaders like yourself, if you can get your administration to understand the importance of football to the culture of a school, which is therefore the culture to the community, all of these 8th graders are coming to you.
And I got to give them credit. Because remember, I stepped down for a year and a half at Castlemont, and a part of me coming back was exactly what you just said. You have to allow me to try to build a feeder, not just for no football, but for the school, dude. The school is going to benefit greatly off us having a feeder program for our community into our school. And we did that. So they rock. The only reason I'm still at Castlemont is because they understand the importance of what I'm doing. I, meaning us, my coaches and stuff at Castlemont, what we're doing. I got 4 coaches on campus. So they understand. That's why, is parents, when they come to the realization that I need help with this dude outside of reading what's in a book or on a football field, I need help with his development, they'll send me their kid. They will, because it's like, he needs this help, because it's not a lot of cats that's stepping up to that plate to try to help these young dudes outside of football. Because one day, parents, football is going to end.
Yeah. Did you hear the rumor I put out on you?
Go ahead.
I got back to you yet.
Go ahead.
I don't think you're going to be at Castlemont long.
I'm there, man. I ain't going.
I don't think you're going to be there. I think you're going to be. Here's what I think you're going to be. I think you're going to be over Castlemont, but I don't think the day-to-day operations you're going to be there. Not for football. Let me tell you why. Here's another part of my conspiracies. Because high school athletes are not going to be going D1, and many of them are not going to want to start their clock in D3 or D2, right? And again, if you go D2, you got to leave state. And if you don't get full ride, most D2s don't give full rides like that. You're going to have to come out of pocket money, or you're going to have to go through the grant process or the financial aid process, which can have major balloon payments for you as an adult, which are not encouraged.
For sure.
If you go out of high school and go D3, then your clock starts. If you go to a JUCO, you get to develop for 2 years. So then what does the JUCO become? The JUCO becomes an all-star high school football program for the right coach in the community. So for instance, what if Ed Washington became the head coach of Chabot College? Hear me out. Not Chabot as it has existed.
Right.
Or what about what's that school in Santa Cruz that's always Cabrillo?
Cabrillo College.
Every year they're looking for a head coach. What if, take somebody like yourself, right? Now, who do you have access to? You have access to every coach who's ever coached for you and every coach in the area who wants to go to the next level. Well, if you want to go to the next level, if Ed says, hey, man, I need you to come over here and work with my edge rushers at Cabrillo College, right? What else does Ed have? Ed has access to every Oakland Unified School District school athletes. So the athletes that are going under recruited by Cal, because Cal is worried about getting folks from Hawaii and getting folks out of Texas and Rhode Island, instead of, and you will be able to get, these athletes, these coaches. Coach, who's your number one guy who ain't getting no looks? Well, that kid comes 2 years. That's, if you just recruited Oakland, Alameda,
Hayward, South.
Hayward.
Yeah.
Just those 3 cities. You would have one of the best football programs, which would probably rival. Now I'm pulling Seth in. Seth, when you went to the DVC game and you watched DVC play Sacramento City, and when you went to the game, what other game did we go to? There was another when you went to the Chabot game last year, and Chabot, I forgot who they played. What was the size, speed, strength difference between JUCO and the Division III football game you just went to over the weekend in Portland?
I'm be honest, they didn't really seem all that fast. There was maybe 2 to 3 big people, that was most likely linemen, but everybody else I was pretty much taller than, really.
So let me ask you this question. When you went to a JUCO game, did you feel, I could play here right now?
Absolutely.
And when you went to a D3 school, what did you think? Did you think the same thing?
I did. I can start right
what
now.
I'm trying to get is the reason why we've been doing these tours, Coach Ed, is because I'm trying to show him, right, you do a JUCO or a D3, this is the same.
Yeah.
It's the same. So you take a coach like yourself. Not so much for football, but all this stuff you're talking about with life skills and firefighter academy. Imagine your ability of resources at a JUCO. I said the same thing about Keith Minor. I don't know if I'm saying Kappa should be coaching, all Kappa should coach JUCO. I don't know. But I've said pretty much the same thing about him. Imagine right now, high school football is about to get real messy. You was just in Southern California, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
What is the big problem in Southern California right now?
And they're cracking down on the recruiting and the middlemen, and I'm this little youth coach dude, come to this private school because they cracking down on all that for real.
And they are killing kids' careers. High school kids being banned 2 years from playing high school football, to the point that now in order to play high school football, they got to leave California and go to Arizona to play football.
Yeah, it's they're coming up north with it too. Oh,
Yeah.
please understand they're coming up north for real.
So imagine all that you embody at a JUCO having access. I mean, you would have listen to this. You would have I'm just using Chabot, right?
Yeah,
Our good brother, Dr. Jamal Cooks, who's A5A, but an excellent track coach, good brother.
It's
I'm him hiring you to be the head coach of Chabot. You would have access to building a staff from all of the public and private high schools that you want, and all of the public and private school athletes in just those 3-4 cities I named. What if you got the starter who didn't go D1? If you got all the starters from McClymonds, from Oakland Tech, starters, all the skills starters from Moreau, go get some starters, some special team kickers out of Arroyo or San Lorenzo, get some DBs out of San Leandro High School, go to Tennyson and get some of the polys to play edge and linebacker and stuff of that nature. By the time you finish putting all that together, what JUCO is going to compete with that? Yeah. What D3 school would want to play you in the offseason?
Yeah.
And that's sustain. And then watch this. You're in the position to get those kids, because I think JCs are going to be glorified prep schools. And I have a positive thought about prep schools. It's going to be a glorified situation for high school students who can just use 2 more years of development. And with your relationships that you have right now, those kids can go D2, they can go D1 from a quality, and they'll be winning. It won't be a school that you can just come there because you enrolled.
Right.
You would have to be picked. And I'm saying you had a capacity to do that. That's the rumor I put out on you. I thought you heard it already. I thought you might have heard about it.
No, man, I appreciate that, man. You know what? And it's maybe because I was raised by my grandparents. I think how can I say this? I think I enjoy where I'm at, what I do so much. And trust me, I have my days where I'm over it because I'm dealing with real life. I'm dealing with the Black issues in our community. I'll say that. You know what I mean? And that goes with everything that comes with DP Stokeland, right? And so that frustrates me. It drains me sometimes. But the success stories, the kids who kind of get it, that it's like, damn, man, if I was in here, where would you be? So I don't even look at other places. When I first started, Dion, I had 2 D1 offers to go GA and then eventually come on as a corners coach and, work my way up. But I don't know if that's what I want to do. I've been asking, God and some of my close friends about it, but I never thought about it, to be honest with you. And that,
let me tell you why you got to think about it. Maybe this is God moment of me just, not having a problem telling you, because I ain't scared to tell you what I hear God say to me. Think of this. All the kids you're helping now. Remember my first comment was you would still be over Castlemont, meaning you'd be there by day. You'd have offices still at Castlemont. You'd still be over, who's going to be coaching at Castlemont. You'd still be over some of the development there because you could do that at JUCO. But imagine the young men who will benefit from you as now new adults just out of high school under your leadership.
For sure. I ain't even thought about it. I never even,
because you got kids at McClymonds right now you can't touch. You have no say about their life.
Right.
But if you took a JUCO job, you're already watching them. Now you recruiting them under the same philosophy. Look, I don't care if at the end of 2 years you don't want to play football, you want to be a firefighter. I don't care at the end of a year and a half you decided you want to start coaching. I'm here to facilitate, and a JUCO has the finances to pull. And what JUCO doesn't want that type of buzz? What JUCO doesn't want that type of attention to details and athletes wanting to come to the school? Because there's this football program and this academy of coaches who can not only get them right for the next level, but provide all of the life skills necessary during a time where the life skills actually need to be implemented. All the life skills you're teaching right now, coach, those kids are going home to parents who may or may not let them live that lifestyle out. Yeah. But if you give that kid that's 18 and now he's at a JUCO and he's kind of emancipated himself from his parents, that kid can now live the life that you can now mentor that kid in a whole different way in the early stages. Forget his pre-adult life. Now it's his adult life. It's football, father, son, football podcast, but football is excuse for a lot of other stuff. And when I look at you, I say, you know what? He could do it. Castlemont is great. Castlemont is your proving ground. Castlemont has sharpened you, but you can't. Castlemont is not the all of you, nor is it the end of you. And you got to start thinking about the bigger picture. Castlemont happens to be in East Oakland. Your love is for East Oakland. Well, what if you could provide even better services and opportunities for all of Oakland?
Yeah, no, for sure.
I'm just saying.
I'll think about it. That's some stuff,
you ain't got no choice. Gotta put it in your head now. Now you gotta fight it off.
Man, I ain't never even thought about that. I ain't gonna lie to you.
All right, let's go to this next subject. CIF Oakland section, first annual OAL Classic. That's happening this Saturday, y'all. Let me share this real quick. So on Facebook, I saw this on Facebook. Look at that. Number one, I like who did the flyer. They did it in Fremont colors, so I'm wondering whoever did the flyer did from Fremont. First annual OAL Football Classic. Coach, talk a little about what this event is about, because you guys played the middle game at 3:00.
Right. Man, we just trying to bring the city together, man. It's like, and I said this on Facebook, and like 60 people shared it and stuff. It's like, dude, we as a city, we'll go to a party, and I'm guilty too. We'll go to a party. We'll go to an event of somebody who's, whatever, right, bringing some type of excitement, whatever. But when we talk about when kids pass away, and we know that Black boys are dying in Oakland from the ages 15 to 22 at an alarming rate. We show up to their funerals in the colors, dressed up, in full support. Why not come to this and let these kids turn and see that they city support them, that this is something that's important. This is something that's big. You know what I'm saying? I got people, this is actually something that's cool. Why not? You know what I'm saying? And so if you really...
Why not let them see you celebrate while they're alive?
Come on, man. If you really from Oakland,
right,
come in your school colors, you have no excuse why not to come out. You have no excuse why not to come to this game and be there and supporting your school. And if for me, even if I wasn't coaching, I would come and be at this all day.
I'm going. We play on Thursday this week.
For sure.
Thursday.
This would be exciting for me. I would come and just, enjoy my time. And we setting it up. We got an announcer he is the best announcer from LA. Excuse me. Watch when you hear this dude. He is hilarious, man. You'll see.
Is he gonna do all 3 games?
All 3 games, man.
I'm there.
We got a DJ. We're gonna have food vendors, all the stuff, man. Just come out and support. Is the security gonna be on point? It's gonna be what it is. I just want people to come out and really support these kids because they need it bad.
It's gonna be at Laney College.
Yeah.
Everybody know Laney College. Is the BART station still open there, Lake Merritt?
Yeah.
Construction.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. So you don't even got to drive. Just take BART, get off at Lake Merritt, walk across the street.
Yeah, man. For real. It needs to be that type of event. I talked, and shout out to Frankie and everybody, the OAL staff and stuff, man. I was talking to them about, you know, doing video promotion. This needs to be on the news. People need to see this, man. Again, just the other day, a young brother, 17 years old, was murdered. You know what I mean? In West Oakland. And anytime I hear that, that's like, damn, man, I need to be doing more. I know I'm doing what I can.
Right.
It always just hit my conscience, like I need to be doing more. What could I do more? Because that's not normal. And we've made it so normal where young brothers are losing their lives that it's just like another thing now. There's no outrage, there's no nothing. It's just like, oh, well, that happened, until it happens to you. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy. You know what? It should have stopped when probably before, but when I first came to Oakland. Remember the young kid from McClain, his name Gaddafi?
Gaddafi Washington. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You would have thought it stopped back then. That had to be, wow. That had to be 15, 20 years ago now.
Yep. 2000. I know Gaddafi used to hold workouts for the young kids in the town and in West Oakland and stuff. And, you know, just let young dudes come do the ladder with him. You know, just do little workouts with him, man.
Right.
He was super, super solid, man. So, again, we say all that to say that we must show up for these kids, man, because a lot of situations that's not ideal, right? So, again, any extra motivation and inspiration that we can give, let's go ahead and do that, man. It's $12. $12 to save a life. Come on now.
I'm gonna be there. I'm coming out. I probably won't get there to your game because I know I'll probably have. Well, no, hopefully we'll do. If we got a Thursday game, we're probably gonna do recovery on Friday. Saturday will be off, which means Saturday, I'm gonna come to all the game. I want to see it all.
Yeah, it's our rivalry week. We switched our rivalry week from the end to the beginning. So McClemens versus Tech is the Ghetto Bowl. Our game is the Boulevard Bowl. And a lot of people don't know this, but Skyline and Oakland High, that was prior to the Silver Bowl being the Silver Bowl. That was the Silver Bowl. That's the name of their rivalry. That's what it was.
Dope.
So, yeah, man, we trying to just, you know, bring some inspiration to our schools and let these kids, make them feel like, you know, like what they worth, man, and who they are. And that's young.
I think Brother Frankie and Brother Lamont, I think they're doing a great job. I remember what it was prior to them becoming the leaders.
Yeah.
It was a little rough to be heard.
Yeah.
Those guys seem to have done a pretty good listening campaign, and they're producing some stuff. I know Lamont has done a lot. He is almost single-handedly, and under his leadership, has just lifted the entire middle school project as far as sports, which is going to benefit. You lift the middle school sports, by default, it should benefit the high school sports.
Absolutely.
So those two have been working well. Frankie Navarro, Brother Frankie Navarro as the commissioner, and Brother Lamont as the assistant commissioner, kind of specializing in the middle school. They got a plan, and they working that thing out. But Castlemont's playing Fremont, right?
Yeah, we play Fremont, man.
I got to spend half the game on one side and the other half on the other side.
Yeah, no, Big G.
Coach Denard for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
So, you know, I gotta be there for both of y'all.
For sure, man. Gene, he building, man. So he took over a team that, you know, was struggling and just they building. His JV is undefeated. He building, man. So they gonna be. We not good enough to overlook nobody. So we definitely take.
But you got a lot of 10th graders that I played last year as freshmen, and I told you at the end of that game, I said, "Hey, man, you got some guys that are gonna come up, and they're already up. I thought maybe they may do 2 years on JV. They already up on varsity, brother. You got some stuff happening over there at the Castle."
Yeah, no, next year I'll play anybody. You know what I'm saying? For real. But you know, this year like I said, we ain't threw away this year. We plan on making some noise in the OAL, man. It's not a game, but again, it's been learning curves that we've been having in terms of how to win, how to do this, how to do that. And it's experiments, you know. I mean, not experiments, it's all building blocks. It's all building blocks, and they build it.
Look, we just come off a state championship.
Yeah.
And the majority of the kids that really helped with that state championship, along with Seth, they've graduated. And so now you have every school on our schedule is playing the state champs.
Yeah.
But the state champs aren't there anymore.
Right.
So we're getting the bet. I mean, we played Berkeley last week, brother. Berkeley was 0-4. And they beat us. We could have scored the amount of points we scored. We'd have still lost by 10.
Wait, y'all lost to Berkeley?
Bro, it wasn't a law. It was a beat down of epic proportion.
I thought y'all beat Berkeley.
No, we did not. We did not.
2 years ago, or last year, should I say?
We did not. It was probably, I put a post on it. I said, this is the most unrecognizable we have looked in my entire time being there.
You had them weeks, man.
No, here's the thing. We're playing football, right? And we're playing good football. Here's the problem. If the football we're playing now was played last year, we'd be winning. The problem is we're playing teams who know we're the state champs. Their practice is different when it's our week.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been telling our kids since the spring, February, when we started early morning workouts, I said, nobody is playing Monroe Catholic. Everybody is playing the defending state champs. And that's how they're going to approach us. Nobody wants to be beat, and we got the state champs. They're going to play their best game ever. Those coaches, they're going to coach their best game ever. And we've been taking some hits.
Oh, I got you. We have too.
All right, Seth. Top 3 questions for Coach Ed.
All right. Let's get started. Number 1. Why did you join Kappa Alpha Psi?
Oh man, damn. I didn't know you was gonna hit me with that one. You know what? I didn't know about Greek life like that when I went out there to the South. I shout out to Robert. What's Rob name? Robert Clark out here, Iota brother and was living in West Oakland in the early 90s. He used to take us to step shows, but we didn't know really what it was. We was like young. But anyways, I say all that to say, being on campus, those was some down-to-earth dudes that I really clicked with. It felt like they grew up in Oakland. Dudes had Jared curls and gold teeth, and they wasn't your typical Kappas, man. It was solid. So just meeting them dudes and learning a little bit about it, a little bit more about it, I was like, you know what, man, I can do this. But I really clicked with them dudes that was out there. They was solid. They was down to earth. They wasn't your typical today skinny jean. It wasn't, they wasn't that, man. It was solid dudes from the hoods of Houston and Dallas and Mississippi and all that stuff. So I just felt, I felt the connection to them cats down there. It's a whole different world in the South when it comes to Greek life. So to answer your questions, I felt connected to them, man. That was it.
All right, Seth, your next question.
All right, second question. What does true manhood mean beyond strength and toughness?
Being able to finish. That is strength and toughness. Manhood is being able to finish a task that you laid out. You know what I mean? To finish school, to finish your things that maybe come up hard and things like for example, Castlemont. And again, I'm not gonna put no schools out there, but I've had offers to leave, right? And maybe, in the future, after 5 more years, whatever it's gonna be, maybe I might leave, right? But to know that the task is not finished and it was a few more lives to save in my area, finishing through. You know what I mean? So that's manhood. That's what that is. It's about finish. It's not about strength. Ain't about how much you lift and how big you is and all that. But could you pick up a brother that's down and out that ain't got the society has just X'd them out. They just through with it, not give up on them, but pick him up and try to get him to where he is showing the best of himself, man. That's manhood. So it's all about mental toughness, man. That's what it is mental toughness to finish. That's what manhood is to me.
That's dope. Those are two good questions, Seth. Let's go to the third.
I know. Third question. If you could describe oh my gosh, if you could describe your journey as a coach and with one word, what would it be?
If I can describe my journey,
one word.
Damn. Resilient.
Got him.
Oh, nice.
I'm resilient, dog. I'm resilient. I'm talking about, bro. A lot of people, and I say this, all right, and people look at me, yo, who you think you is? I'm not saying it like that. But there's not very many people who can come to Castlemont and do what I did over a long period of time. Meaning, you see a kid, Seth, that never has ever looked at a football. He's never played it, never thought about playing it. But you turn this dude into an all-city player, and a productive dude in society. When you first look at him, he has none of that. You got to see beyond what he's showing you. Come on, man. A lot of cats can't. Man, dudes can't do that, man. They'll get tired. You know what I'm saying? I gotta leave. Can't do it. I can't. Oh, I'm there, man, and I think for me, bro, the journey is just being resilient to all bull crap, even understanding your people. Can we talk about that?
Yeah.
Even, sometimes dealing with our people could be tough. But I remember Minister Louis Farrakhan, I was watching one of his lectures, and he was talking to coaches and talking about what coaching really means, what the true essence of coaching is. Anybody can call some plays, dude, with some athletes who hella big and hella strong and hella fast, and they're already dominant dudes on the gridiron. But could you develop a dude who can't bench the bar and turn him into a productive dude on your team? That's coaching. And at Castlemont, again, you got to get cats that have played flag, that don't know what the hell you talk about. Tackle. What does that mean? Well, this is how you tackle. This is how you step. This is, you know what I'm saying? But make sure that we're competitive every year, and we're going to be competitive. You know what I'm saying? So I think that shows my resilience and things like that. So my coaching journey is just resilient, bro. Just fighting and trying to get kids, like everybody pulling that big Seth. Ed, you ain't got no chance. I bet you I get his mom and his dad up here to have a conversation. I bet you that. And I bet you I get them to at least consider it.
Sure did.
So that's, to me, my journey. And I enjoy that, bro. I really enjoy when people tell me, man, why, we got haters with Castlemont. Why? That's why I was so happy when we beat Saliandro. Oh my God. I ain't gonna lie. Oh my God, dude. I want to get Bishop down. We will get them soon. I keep losing by 3 to them. I don't know why, but anyways, when we beat Saliandro, bro, that really meant something, because a lot of parents, out of not knowing, always, I'm gonna send my kid to Saliandro. Okay, why?
Yeah,
because it's Sally. So when we beat them, I didn't hear a word out of a lot of people. A lot of people was very silent. They didn't say nothing. They was just quiet. I had the cues there setting it out. I'm a a-hole sometimes. I made them come through the one-way street on 84th. You know what I'm saying? It was, I had a few dudes that hit by the bus. It was just a beautiful thing, man. It was community pride, dog. So that's your question, bro, is resilience. But that's why. I just went into detail on why.
That's great. And I would agree with everything you said about your journey and resilience, because I firmly believe that the parents who are listening and who will listen to the re-air, if you're going to pick a coach, don't pick a coach for your kid based upon how many games they've won or lost, or titles they've won or lost. This is the question you need to ask all coaches. Name me a kid you have developed from scratch. Because most high school coaches can only win if they get elite players. They cannot take a kid and teach him from scratch, from blank page, and make him something. Most coaches, they don't even have, and let me tell you, if your son is not elite and they go to a school where a coach can only coach elite, you're going to be in the stands wondering how come your kid can't play. It's not that your kid can't play, it's that the coach can't develop them to play.
Come on.
Am I telling the truth?
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, my two corners, if you I got two corners. I don't know, young Kijani and young Twilight, my first white and Filipino corner I've ever coached in my life. I'm very proud of that, man. But these cats are in the 10th grade and they weigh 115 pounds together. Okay. Dude, they've been playing. And Ed, this is what you got. Now develop them. Let me see you coach them to where they're serviceable.
Yep.
You got to.
Now see, that's rare coaching talent. You got to be, it's got to be bigger than having played some Madden and watch some football on Sundays. If you can develop a kid, it's because you know the why of X's and O's, and you can take a kid from the raw of where they are, and you can see the future of where they're going, and you can get in the steps along the way. And I don't like coaching with guys. I don't even like being around guys who coach, but it's clear that they're not going to be successful unless they get athletes that have been coached by somebody else.
Hey, and Dion, I did, to your point. Sorry, y'all, I'm talking so much, but to your point, with that, I got to give a shout out to the Lions, who was formerly known as the Seminoles.
Yeah,
and they was the Bears as well.
The Junior Bears and the Seminoles came together to create Lions.
Man, they have that's been, and I'm not, look, they have really showed me love. That's been a team that has not, and I can honestly say this, they have given me a fair chance without nobody saying, if you say Castlemont, why would you? They don't do that. It's like, hey, man, Coach Ed, a good cat, man. He on campus. What else do you want? Now, granted, I'm going to get in your son backside. So don't think that he's coming here on some football. Hey, bro, hey, man, let me holler at you. Coach Lee, my running back, Coach Lamont, Coach Jaden Starks. You remember Jaden that played for me? Graduated college. Now he's teaching. He's back at Castlemont as an O-line coach. I'm not going to have him too long. I know somebody's going to pull him away. He's that good, Dion. But nevertheless, to have these cats up there, man, who's developing kids that I'm telling you, Dion, if you look at them, you'll be like, what? When we first get them, you'll be like, Ed, man, dog, you good, brother?
Right.
What are you gonna do? But to see what you can see past your eyes, it's solid, man. It's really solid. Like I always tell y'all, the best victory, one of the best victories I've had was when we played Tech. I think it was 3 years ago, and they was like 9-1. They was really good. They beat us the first time because I suspended 6 players, and we came back in the playoffs and beat the hell out of them. And we beat with some cats that you would have been like, who is this? Skinny dudes from 85th and dudes from Brookfield that's, that believed in these men that were teaching them how to be men. So again, man, like we gonna do some damage, but I gotta give some shout outs to the Lions, man. And I would only ask that a lot more of these youth teams feed into Oakland. Into Oakland, man. That's or else go play at the private school that you sending your kids to.
Yeah. I would say in youth football, and I am a thorough supporter of the Bay Area Lions because Seth was on the Junior Bears. I was one of the ones that they consulted.
Yeah.
They were talking about merging like during the COVID year.
Right. I remember that.
And my concern was both teams coming together and then it not working.
Right.
And they figured out how to make it work. And what I'm seeing now from the Lions is they're now going around the clock to high school games to support the alumni athletes
Yeah, they
that
are.
came out of their programs, and they were at the Berkeley game, and they took pictures. Several Lions, Bay Area Lions, were in that game, and all those kids came together to take pictures together with former coaches to show their solidarity to the process of development. So yeah, I love it. Let's do this one last. Let's do this one last because we got about 10 more minutes.
Okay.
I want
Can I
to
say something real quick?
Go ahead.
I found out after the game. I remember my first loss in the championship game. I was with the Berkeley Junior Bears. We played the Brown Bombers. I lost. They said I fumbled the ball or something. And I remember me crying. Last week, I found out the majority of Berkeley High School's team is the Brown Bombers.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
So they played youth football in San Francisco? Because the Brown Bombers is in San Francisco.
Well, now they're at Berkeley.
Oh, it can happen.
Okay.
It can happen. All right, let's get to this. Coach, you went to an HBCU. How did you get from Oakland to an HBCU? And what's going on with HBCU sports as it relates to recruiting West Coast athletes who want to go to HBCUs because they want to be around communities that look like themselves?
For sure. The issue has been in the past, okay? And I've talked to a few head coaches on the HBCU tip, and me and Zoe had this conversation too. You send a kid, I'm going to be real. You send you a kid out there from, I don't know, I send you a kid from De La Salle. I'm just throwing this out there.
Right.
Shout out to the boy over there. I appreciate him, but this is an example. He gets out there. It's not glitz and glammy. It's not beaches and, you know, the California lifestyle. You in the combs of Mississippi after the first semester because it ain't what he thought. I mean, it ain't as glamorous as a Division I California school. They want to come back. That's been the issue in the past, okay?
Right.
That's why you typically see a lot of HBCUs recruit JUCO players instead of high school players because the hunger is a little bit differently.
Right.
Historically, right?
Right.
Now, HBCUs are relationship based. They're like their own little cult. If I'm being honest with you, I appreciate Deshaun Jackson for kind of breaking the trend. Hugh Jackson, Vic as well, outside of the HBCU bubble. So they starting to recruit a little bit more. And props to Dion, they starting to recruit a little bit more nationally. But the stigma of California kids going out there, being in the cones of Mississippi, and leaving has been a hit on our kids, high school wise. Right now, how I got to Texas College, because it was a few other ones, but I was a little mark and I wanted to be somewhere where I was a little familiar with. So I chose Texas College because my auntie is out there in Overton, Texas. And so they had offered me the George Cumby, who was an All-American at Oklahoma, in the Hall of Fame at Oklahoma, all the stuff. He offered me and Richard Lee. We went from DVC to Texas College. And so we went out there. We was the only two, went out there, played 2 years, got our degrees, pledged, and, you know, came on back home. And I'm telling y'all, it is an experience out of this world in terms of the people that you meet and just why kids from California who do go to HBCUs don't come back. Because if Seth can find an apartment for $850 in Houston and he go to TSU, Dion, why is he coming back? I mean, yeah, hey, Pops, y'all good? All right, peace. See you later. So, you know, I only came back, to be all the way honest with you, because of Elijah and Imani, my two oldest children. So I came back because I knew I had to be there for them because they was at a critical age and they was in a situation where I had to. It was no other option for me in terms of my fatherhood. But, oh, brother, if I didn't have them, there would be no Coach Ed at Castlemont High School, because there just wouldn't be. For what? I mean, those coaches, man, I could have been making 90 grand fresh out of college coaching and teaching out there. You know what I mean? So, but God had a different plan, and it ended up all working out here in Oakland. So, but yeah, I think that it's a connection thing, because again, I talked to a few people, finna put a spreadsheet together and send some dudes that I know. Here's the links to these cats who I believe that can play, who is not no busters. They don't want no busters who, you know, got the S curl and Chris Brown and light skin and all that. I'm just playing on that. But they want some cats who, you know, is hungry, who want to come out there and play. You know what I'm saying? So I think that as us Bay Area coaches, when we do go to these coaching clinics, we build these relationships, chop it up with dudes. Don't be so stick in the backside. Really talk to people, really build bonds. You do that, man, and you'll be solid. You'll be able to call people and be like, look, dude, I got a killer. And the first thing they gonna ask is he what kind of cat is he? Is he a Buster Brown nose, or is he a dog? You know them Southern dudes.
Yep.
So, you know,
allow me to say publicly on behalf of my entire family. Every time you and I have a conversation offline about Seth, I share with the family, and my family believes that you're a real one.
I appreciate that.
A real one.
Absolutely.
Because we had to make a decision based upon my wife having a particular prayer. That prayer was answered.
Yeah.
And we did that. And we talked to you.
Yeah.
You have never, and I say this to the parents, if you want a coach that has integrity, who isn't just being nice to you for the right now. Coach Ed Washington of Castlemont High School, all summer of my son's entering high school, coached him. And right before school was to start, an opportunity came for my son to go private school. And because of my wife's prayer, we decided to go on that journey. But Coach Ed never stopped communicating with our family or with Seth.
Nope.
Coach Ed, I'm going to say this. Coach Ed, as a high school coach, eliminate myself from the conversation because I'm the father. Coach Ed has done more for my son's recruiting alongside Greg Morris, but Greg is more of an uncle than he is a coach. Coach Ed Washington has done more for the recruiting of my son attending a private school than the private school as an entire institution. So I say that not so you'll get upset or get blaming on the private school institutions, because they got a lot of things. They've gone through a lot of changes. What I'm getting at, what I want you to focus on is this. Coach Ed, once he's invested in your kid, regardless of what high school your kid goes to, he stays invested. And we thoroughly believe. That's why every week, I need you to send me this. I need you to send me that, because I got some guys I've been talking to about Seth. Okay. What you want, coach? I'm gonna get it to you.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I'm gonna get it to you. It's sad that that's a rare individual, but he is a rare individual. And I wouldn't be maintaining good manhood if I didn't say that publicly. He had no idea I'm gonna say that. I'm pretty sure I said a couple of things on this broadcast today that he's gonna be like, ooh, I know he did not just say that. But because of my love and appreciation for you, brother, I'd rather at least fall on the sword a little bit so that people can know who you really are than try to stand flat-footed and act like you haven't done the things you've done. You have been a marvelous brother. You have been a marvelous asset to my son, and you have done it at no charge, no nothing. You did it because of your character, brother. And I and my family thank you. And we are indebted to you. And we will be trying to find the best way possible to bless you, because God has let us know that he has put some people in our lives who may not be in this part, but they are going to be a part of that part for life.
Sure.
Love you, brother.
Man, I appreciate y'all, man. We gonna work it out. Like I said, man, I think that and I look for the people on here, because I'm gonna have people criticizing Coach Ed and all that. I'm not saying I'm Bill Belichick or Andy Reid or none of these people, man. I'm still learning. I'm still growing. I don't know it all. I learn. If I have questions, I'll ask. I don't know every coach, but I'm trying to build my relationships with folks and trying to help people, because a lot of people say, hey man, this is sad what's going on in our community and all these black boys are dying, but they won't even come to a game. They won't try to go out of their way to make sure they help people outside of their realm, their family. And to me, I think that's selfish. I wasn't raised like that. So again, man, if anything I can do to help people, that's what I'm going to try to do. And I lean on a lot of people for support and help. And that's how we make it happen, man. And again, for you private school folks, I'm not knocking the private school. I don't think it's a bad place situation. I just talk about what we can present and what we present and how we can help at a price of nothing, for free, and to have some community pride behind that. Again, was I upset when Seth chose the private school? Hell yeah. But I was okay with it because my big brother Keith Minor was there, and I knew it was brothers there, so it was cool. And so I wasn't tripping. But man, you sure to look good in that purple right now, boy. I tell you what.
Hey, what color you say that he look good in? That purple.
Yeah.
I knew. I've been seeing it the whole broadcast, and he got that cane out. Hey, I got a question for you. Yeah. As you get ready to prepare your shout outs, have you ever dropped your cane in the step show?
Yes. I was horrible. I ain't gonna lie. I was yeah, I have. Hey man, when I was horrible.
You know that as soon as y'all dropped that cane, y'all lost.
Yeah, I was horrible, man. I ain't gonna lie.
There's two things you always know gonna happen at a step show. If the Kappas are in contention to win the step show, they gotta be cane flawless. They cannot drop, because as soon as you drop the cane, it's over. That's number one. Number two, the cues. We are never going to obey the time rules.
Oh, no.
Never. If it's a 15 minutes, we go in 20. We don't care.
Hey, man, for my son to have pledged as a freshman, he wasn't even a real freshman. He was just man, I'm juiced, man. Seth coming, man. He gonna come to the get this dude to some southern school. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have him somewhere south. And dude is gonna become a Newt, man. It's all good, dog.
That would be like your son trading his colors in himself. That ain't happening.
Hey man, that dude, I mean, look, man, it's Greek night, November. Who y'all play November 7th?
November 7th. That's is that a Friday? Is that a Friday?
Yeah.
I think that might be our bye week.
That's Greek night.
We got a late bye week. I don't see my calendar.
No, our bye week is Halloween weekend.
So that means we're playing Tennyson on that Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is the game on a Friday?
Yeah, it's on Friday. We play Oakland Tech for our Greek night, Black Biker night. And last year, man, the Q's was hopping on the field. All the refs was Q's. All of them. Yeah. They had a light skin ref with a Jerry curl was a Q. It was going down. We had old man Toomer out there.
Toomer was out there. Yeah. Toomer, he was the lead white hat in our game versus Salesian.
Yeah, man, Toomer's so funny, man. He be cracking jokes on the sideline. But yeah, it's going down November 7th for all community folks. Our homecoming is a big deal. It's Alumni Day. We got a tailgate. It's a real big thing. We actually had a cheerleader speak upon this who went to Michigan. She's cheering at Michigan right now from Castlemont. I thought you guys said you couldn't do that. Anyways, we got a full scholarship to Michigan. She's cheering. And so we're very proud of her. But she was talking about that experience of seeing the AKs, seeing the Deltas was out there, seeing the Qs, and having them actually talk to them. She was like, that's an experience she'll never forget. So we want to make it bigger and better this year, and we want to make sure everybody come on out. And
that's the first Friday in November, y'all.
Yeah.
All right, give me your final comments, Coach, and your shout outs.
All right, man. I want to shout out all my whole coaching staff at Castlemont High School, man. They doing such a great job, man. It's we really, 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 really young. But again, them coaches are doing a great job. Coach Terrell, Coach Todd, Coach Jaden, Coach Kyle, everybody, man. Coach AP doing such a great job. Also, just want to tell the young folks, man, that's coming out of the 8th grade, make a decision that best fits you. I'm not saying it's Castlemont. I'm not saying that wherever it may be. Make a decision that best fits you. What offense do they run? What defense do they run? What is my opportunity to play early? Like, what is looking like? How do you help people? Ask the right questions, man, because you can go anywhere as long as your school is WASP certified. So you can go to Stanford from Castlemont. You can go from Fremont. You can go from Hayward High, anywhere. You just got to have the right habits and you can get there. It's all about you and your sports.
Yeah. Yep. Seth, your final shout out.
Hey man, we gonna get another win sooner than later. Hopefully this week. This week we got senior night, Thursday game. Thursday night lights. Sounds a little weird saying that, but you know we gonna do our job. We're gonna ball out. Shout out to Uncle Ed, man. You know, you're doing a lot for me and my family. Thank you.
All right, America. God bless you. Take this video, take this podcast, and share it with somebody. Believe me, somebody got preoccupied, but they need to hear all that was shared today. Make that happen. All right, y'all. Till next time. Next week, we got who? Caden Hill?
Yeah.
That's
Caden Hill.
Caden Hill, quarterback at Bellarmine. He's going to be in the house. All right, y'all.
Another hurdle.
I just stay with the flow, $50,000 gun with me for sure. I do what it takes. Confidential when I'm dealing with snakes. I do what it takes. Diamond condo with a big of it face. I do what it takes.